Hello, beauties. This is Chris Maddox. I am the founder of the Wild Woman Project, and I'm speaking to you today because I always speak to you at new moon time, and the new moon is upon us. It's coming on Friday, May 6th. And if you're totally new to the Wild Woman Project, first of all, big welcomes and hellos. We're so excited you're here. Um, Secondly, you're going to notice right off the bat that we actually make a huge deal about new moon time. We do that for a few reasons because the moon is really like a teacher and a guide for us. So at new moon time, she's actually modeling for us a behavior of retreat. In that, if you were to stand outside on May 6th, on the night of May 6th, and you were to look for the moon, you're not going to see her in the sky. Now, that doesn't mean she's not there. It just means that we cannot see her. So in a sense, if we're looking to the moon sort of as a guide and as a teacher, that is sort of a cue for us to, in whatever way, kind of draw back the curtains, retreat a little bit from the external world and the goings-ons, the things that we're used to doing and engaging with that outside of us, and actually begin to kind of tune inward to the sort of vast, rich, colorful inner life that is really available to all of us. So new moon time is a time where we gather in Wild Woman moon circles, and you're led in a very specific journey each and every new moon, and it's always different. There's also Your New Moon Companion, which is a digital download if you're not near to a circle or if you just prefer to go solo. But it is a time where we really sort of are encouraged and are encouraging you to utilize this really special, sacred time to get clear with yourself, see how it's going. It's sort of like taking the pulse on the inner life. And, if you're approaching your life as this kind of massive, often messy, sort of creative project, then each and every new moon is kind of a time where you can check in. How's it going? Do I have any new intentions that I want to make for this cycle and beyond? So that we're always in an active state of creating our lives. And that's where the project piece of the Wild Woman Project really comes into play, is that we are approaching life as a creative act. And the new moon time is a time of clarity, a time where we can get crystal clear on what we are creating. So let's talk a little bit about our theme of the month. So our theme of the month for the new moon in Taurus on May 6th is a continuation of our exploration of the feminine archetypes. So we've really been on this journey for many, many months, exploring feminine archetypes. And our feminine archetype of this cycle is the Empress. And our theme is being the Empress. So the archetypes can teach us about kind of the different faces of the feminine. In a sense, in the same way we read a story and we learn about different kinds of characters, these archetypes, like the Empress, they have distinct characteristics and they have something to offer and teach us. So this month, we're going to really be tuning into this archetype of the Empress. So even as I'm speaking about that right now, you might breathe with me a little bit. And as I say that word, the Empress, the ruler, the sovereign, the queen, these kinds of words, what does that bring up in you? So we are going to have a sort of a direct connection to that. And the reason is, we were always inspired by the astrological placement of the new moon at hand. So the new moon that is here is the new moon in Taurus. And Taurus is the first earth sign. It's known for its kind of earthy sensuality. It's got a feminine charge. Each and every astrological sign has a masculine or a feminine charge. And the charge here is feminine. So it's very much, when you're tuning into the Taurian archetype, has a strong sense of like earth goddess. Now we go Empress on this for a few reasons. One, the ruler of Taurus is Venus, who is like the goddess of the zodiac. She is our goddess planet. Venus rules love and beauty and harmony and like luxuries and the material world and beauty in the material world, in the material form. Now, you may or may not be familiar also with the tarot. The tarot, in the tarot, I'm going to show you a tarot card now. The Empress is ruled by Venus. So you'll see the glyph for Venus right here in the Empress card. This is the classic Rider-Waite Empress card. And she very much is embodying a lot of sort of Taurian essence here. First of all, she's sitting. The Taurus archetype, and we all have this in our being to some extent. It's slow. There's a saying, queens don't run, or kings don't run. That's very much sort of like a Taurian ideal. So she's sitting on her throne. She's in this really intense sort of garb with this massive crown. And all of this, she has this wheat down at her feet and all of these sort of signs of abundance and fertility. Here's another Empress card from the tarot. This is the Tarot of the Old Path. And I really love this card because it speaks to the grounded, sensuous, overflowing abundance that is, associated with the Empress and also with the Taurian archetype. So on this new moon, we have the opportunity to kind of tune into our inner Empress. And that's what we're going to be doing in Wild Woman Moon Circles. And that's what we're going to be doing in the New Moon Companion, is really getting you deeply connected with this archetype. And what does it mean to bear the weight of that crown? So if you think of this big Empress crown, yes, there's the beauty and sort of the extravagance of the crown itself, but there's also what it means, what it's a symbol of, and to be in charge of an empire, it's a huge responsibility. And this new moon, these sorts of ideas might be up for you. What is responsibility? What is my empire? Who are the beings that are dependent upon me? The land, the structures. What are my responsibilities? Who do I want to be as I am sort of leading and being the Empress of my own life? These are the kinds of questions that we're going to be contemplating, and I'm going to be asking you, and your circle leaders are going to be asking you, like, what does it mean to be sovereign? What does it mean to be the ruler? There's a lot of, there's this essence with the Taurian archetype that I think is extremely useful. This essence of slow and steady wins the race. It's totally the picture of the tortoise from The Tortoise and the Hare. When you have an empire to run, you're not going to be into quick fixes if you're wise. You're thinking of the long-term vision of your empire or of your life. And you're making choices that are going to support the success of your empire and all of the beings in it. So there is a strong leadership quality that begins to come forward at this new moon and with this exploration of the Empress. So these are things to kind of think about. What is patience? What is endurance? What does it mean to be in it for the long haul? How does that mentality that you're ruling an empire begin to shift the choices that you make? The Taurian constitution is a very, very good constitution for holding that weight of responsibility. If you think of the zodiac constellation, it's the bull, right? The bull is not easily knocked over. The Empress cannot be easily knocked over. She has to have an extremely, extremely strong constitution to be able to bear the weight of that crown, and to do so with beauty, and to do so with grace, and to do so with a humble heart. And there is something about the loving quality of the feminine leadership that can be explored here. So these are the kinds of things that you can begin to dig into. So you'll see right where this video is placed, I have some contemplations and journaling questions for you. If you want to sit with this, if you have a circle near you and you want to go, I'll put a link right underneath this video. You can find a circle near you, circle up, take this journey, this exploration. If there's not a circle near you or you don't have the space for it, you can download the New Moon Companion, and I personally guide you in an exploration with the Empress, where we end up with really strong and powerful intentions. So that's what's up. That's what we're doing this new moon. It's all about the Empress. And if you're sort of humming with this idea of what is a wild woman moon circle leader and how do I become one, there is a training, and the next training will be in fall of 2016, and it's going to be really, really rich. One of my big projects for the summer is working on expanding it and deepening the training. So if that's something that calls to you, make sure you sign up for updates about Circle Leader training, because registration will open up this summer, and it is a delicious 7-week process that is in many ways life-changing. So if that's something you're interested in, check that out. But I'm going to show you your final Empress cards. Empress, I'm wishing you sovereignty, patience, wisdom, fortitude, vision, fertility, abundance, all the good stuff. This new moon in Taurus, enjoy it, utilize the new moon energy, make space for your inner life, and I will see you always over at thewildwomanproject.com.